Turner's perspective.
Wait, what's your name?
I'm Melvin Gordon. The
From
druid.
Melvin Gordon's perspective.
Excuse me.
Yep.
No.
So I was hanging out in my ship like 30, yeah, exactly, like 30 years ago.
Oh shit, we're getting all this. Okay.
And I was traveling, and I got captured by pirates, and they took me hostage. And for the last 30 years or so, I've been trapped in this cage in this pirate little town up to the northeast of the island, which is the one that you guys knew from the map.
I was about to say, this is on the island off the near to Georgia.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, and so I was sitting there, and I've been healing them and just kind of taking care of them like a medicine person in this cage for...
The pirates?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So
yes, they wouldn't let me out. They've been using
Yeah,
it.
they've been,
and then,
your services.
Yeah, and then one day I was just hanging out there, and I just started hearing not explosions, but kind of this rumbling of rocks falling down. Some towers fell over, and then these guys showed up and...
And things went from bad to worse, yeah.
Kind of killed everyone and then rescued me, and so I'm on the boat now.
Cool.
I think that's it, yeah?
All right.
Pretty much, yeah.
And now we just hopped on the boat, and we are heading towards Kingsport, or at least in the direction of Kingsport. And I know that before we get there, I at least want to take some time with my guy to, like, buy shit. And,
Right.
Because I just got out of captivity.
Butch goes to the other side of the small portal within the ship. He babies up and goes through the portal. So he has the baby ring with him, and he's kind of helping you procure some stuff to get your equipment going.
Gotcha. Cool.
And he's kind of hanging out at the inn, checking in on everybody. He hasn't been there for a minute, so that is where he is right now.
I switched my subclass on Tempest, I know, from Storm Sorcery to Shadow Sorcery. Yeah.
Is this... You still have Firebolt, though, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
You still have to dodge it.
I can't
I
dodge.
just got rid of all the AoE spells that weren't doing shit because you guys are all up front, and went to control spells.
Fucking blame UConn.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so you guys are sailing along towards Kingsport. As the dusk approaches, you see in the distance a large storm front, like a big front of clouds where you can see the rain kind of coming down from this large, this large thunderhead, rising up from the horizon. This is, all going on as the sun is going down. It's going to be dark soon and it's going to be stormy soon. So the captain advises you guys to hunker down while you kind of ride this storm out.
Can I ask the captain if there's anything I can do to help? Any lines that need tying, any hatches that need battening down, anything like that?
Yes, and if you guys would like to remain up top, you can help to try to maintain control of the ship. But for the most part, we're going to try to bring these sails down, so kind of ride this out, and just kind of hope for the best because this looks like a pretty gnarly storm. And as the sun is going down, you see the sky turn from an orange to a very dark red until it finally goes dark.
Oh boy. Okay.
Anybody else want to do anything? So you're up top. Are you guys down below?
I'd like to do something. I would like to go up top and not help out and just try and move the heaviest objects I can, like cannonballs and stuff like that, that's on the deck, to the bottom of the ship, all right? The very bottom.
So yeah, there's barrels of supplies and shit, and there's ropes and,
Well, I'll leave the ropes there, but any non-essential heavy items.
Yeah, any non-essential heavy items. So as you guys are getting started, you could feel the swell. You could feel the pressure drop and the swell of the wind and rain start coming in. It starts gradually coming, and then it starts getting heavier and heavier and heavier.
Tempest, my ears just popped. Is that a good or a bad thing?
Yes.
All right.
Okay,
I'm going to cast guidance on
How does guidance work?
It has to be touch, and they get a plus D4 to their ability check,
checks.
I believe.
To who?
Anybody to a willing creature once before the spell ends, which
It's
is
one
up
creature.
to a minute.
It's a one creature thing. It's a cantrip that.
Yeah, it doesn't last very long.
It's
Right. So if he's gonna go
concentration.
out there and like fuck with some sails,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
if it's like a
we're
long,
this is a process. Like,
Yeah.
this
oh,
is-
you're
yeah.
not just like run. Okay, then
Yeah,
it probably
yeah,
doesn't count.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to require a skill check for this, but what is your passive perception check?
My passive perception is a solid. I believe it's just a solid 10. No,
Okay.
that's not right. I'm sorry. I have to look that up. Honestly, I don't have that written down.
I don't know if I.
Do you
Let's
want
just-
to? Do you want to roll for it, or do you want to?
You know what? Let's just rolling for it. Sure, I like rolling.
Yeah, we'll see how much you're paying attention to your environment as you're out on the ship.
All right.
No,
I
I'm gonna guess.
actually have pretty
Fuck
solid
it up, Augustus.
perception. So, oh yeah, with that recent plus to proficiency, this got better.
Yeah.
So this is a +5. 15. I'll take it.
Nice. The ship begins as it's like beginning to pitch and roll a little bit in the waves. The storm starts getting increasingly more violent.
Too much.
In a sudden outburst of abnormally violent storm activity, you see two things that are very mysterious and ominous. You see kind of a upside down face in as though it is a gigantic invisible face that is getting rained on. So it's outlined by the way that the rain is kind of falling around it. And
Like as if the rain is
Like
impacting some
upside
invisible
down?
shape that has
yes,
the shape of a face
upside down face
In the clouds, on the ocean.
in the water, like
just above the ship,
above the ship. Okay.
about 20 feet tall. And then you also see a column of wind that looks like a hand come through and make contact with the masts of the ship, and the masts of the ship break in half.
Okay.
Okay, we're in scramble mode.
Uh-huh.
Could I have yelled? Did I have time to yell to anybody with what I was seeing happen?
Sure. Yeah.
Well then, yeah, I'm just saying incoming.
Okay, so now that happened, I'm gonna shift it. I'm gonna do concentration spell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put this on Augustus. It is.
So you're standing up top.
Yeah, I'm gonna run out there. The second that I hear this break, I'm gonna run up there. And I'm assuming that I see the two masts.
The
broken.
ship got broken in half. Then okay.
You
No,
see
no, no,
the-
no,
you
no,
see
the
the
mast. Like, I
aftermath.
hear the.
You see the aftermath of the mast, but you don't see what caused it.
Right, I just see that both the masts snap.
Okay.
Correct?
Mhm.
Okay,
I'm going up there as well.
yeah. So I'm gonna
Okay.
cast Enhance Ability, which means that for an hour, you have strength. You have advantage on strength checks, and you get double carrying
Nice.
for anything that's needed up there.
Do you have to? Is that touch or range?
Yeah,
Like,
touch. So I would
touch?
have ran up there to
Okay.
check it and
Are we on the same half?
No, I think the masts broke. Correct. The ship itself did not break in half.
No, the ship is invincible.
yeah, it's
They
the center
cannot be
mast.
damaged.
Oh,
but the
okay.
masts-
I thought the ship was broken in half.
No,
I was
no,
about to
no.
say, oh, we're dealing with some shit.
You see a giant face, visage, and you see a hand visage sweep across the top of your ship,
Okay.
and the masts are suddenly broken.
Can you describe the face visage?
Yeah, it's
What?
it's an upside down face. You can't see it very clearly because it is only outlined in the rain.
Yeah.
And maybe you see kind of an outline in from lighting flashing behind it, but you get the sense that it isn't a totally corporal thing
More
that
thi-
you're seeing.
More ethereal than anything.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it seems to vanish after the mass break. You don't see it anymore.
Okay. Okay.
But
Did
it's
anybody?
something that could have been if you weren't paying attention, you would have mistaken it for a thunderclap or a strong gust of wind.
And Augustus was the only one who saw that.
Yes.
You also get 9 temporary hit points.
So you guys all heard the mast break.
Awesome.
All right. we've lost mass. I'm immediately looking for anybody who might have gotten hit by debris, anybody injured, also anybody who might have gotten knocked overboard.
I'm gonna hang out, just kind of surveying. I'm not gonna be out there, but I'm gonna survey, like heal, just kind of watch.
You don't have touched me at this point in time. Who are you?
We would have met, but yes.
Well, I figured. Well, I was in a holy fugue state most of this time.
Yeah, but I would have said sometime on the ship in the last
Okay, what was your character's name again?
Melvin.
Melvin. All right, yeah. At this point, yeah. Again, I'm looking for anybody who might have gotten injured, anybody who might have gotten hit.
Mm-hmm.
The masts did fall and injured the captain. His arm and his leg are broken.
Shit.
And then the wheel that controls the rudder is also completely fucked up.
All right.
If you can bring him to me, I have high medicine.
I need to grab this wheel.
Okay.
I'll bring Captain to Melvin.
Okay,
And
yeah.
he's actually screaming at his crew to try to get the ship under control. There is some gears in the back of the ship that allow you to hold the rudder at least steady.
Mhm.
But the ship is pretty fucked up by this.
Yeah.
Can I run up and check the wheel and see if the ropes are still intact there? The steering ropes?
They're not. The wheel is pretty much smashed.
Just gone.
Oh hell.
So someone needs to hold the
Alright.
rudder in place.
Then I'll make my way towards the gears.
Okay. There's already a couple dudes down there manning them from the crew,
Alright.
and they're just basically they're tying them up and making sure that the rudder doesn't move around too much,
Mm-hmm.
so that doesn't break off.
Yep.
And you guys at this point are still pitching and rolling. As time passes, the storm starts to subside a bit. So the most intense part of the storm is took place over maybe this 15-minute long period, but now it's still pretty stormy, but it's kind of comparable to just a heavy rain and some high winds, but not the intense gusts that you were suddenly feeling and are no longer feeling.
Do
All
they
right.
have any sails up?
The sails are not up; they were
We
all
don't have
taken
masts.
down, but
Yeah,
the masts are
nothing.
gone.
Yeah, we.
Do we have oars on the ship?
I mean, can we
That's a
use?
good question.
I don't
You
think
guys
so.
I mean,
oars
it
on
wouldn't
the
help
ship?
us right now.
I don't
anyway,
think there
but
would be.
No, I don't think so either. So.
Melvin, you said you were attending to the captain.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make sure he's not
Dying.
We could,
Oh,
reset his reset his
He's
pulse or
not
something like that.
dying. You guys are able to
Yeah.
stabilize him to make sure that he doesn't die, and you guys are able to have his bones kind of set.
Try and last
Um,
the wheel.
But he's in a pretty bad. He's not going to be able to be active for a while.
Yep.
So
Okay.
he's got to kind of take it easy.
Can we make a play?
Sure.
Alright. DM, I'd like to cast Speak with Animals. And
Okay.
try and find any whales below us. Or any mammals, really. It says within 1 mile radius. I don't know if it's 1 mile. But I'd like to see if there's any aquatic creatures that I can communicate with and try and get a rope around. Or just to communicate with.
Are you putting your head in the water to do this? Or are you just yelling?
It's a spell, so it's a communication 10 meters, I guess.
Right, but how you cast it? Do you just Aquaman them, or
I go to the very bottom of the ship and put my forehead against the base.
you just howl like a
the
whale?
hull.
What are you trying
I'm
to do?
seeing Balthazar do this,
Yeah.
and this
Yeah.
is not the most surprising thing he's done. So I'm just letting it go.
Yeah, so for communicate with animals with me, you gotta be specific.
Okay,
Yeah.
So you
then
can't
here
just
we
be
go.
like,
I'll
I
do
want
the
an
specific
animal.
dialect of whale.
So you're down there yelling
Yep,
at
this
animals.
tracks.
Yeah, what are you trying to tell them?
I'm just trying to be like, hey, we need help. Please come help us.
Yeah, nobody wants to. Basically, whales, they don't hear you, or if they did, they're just like, who's this asshole?
Those dicks.
All right,
Those Moby dicks.
it was worth a shot. I should have done turtles,
That's
but
alright.
Well, it's any animal, right?
I thought so.
The language is just any animal can, I think, understand.
Yeah, but
it.
you have to identify them. You can't just be like, I'm making a generic animal sound.
No, I think it's that any animal can comprehend.
I'm making
not
this
Yeah, that doesn't mean the animal is
sound.
there. We don't know.
Any
No, I agree,
animal
I
can
agree.
comprehend it, but it's like you can't. It's like if you're trying to talk to your dog, you don't just bark. You say, "Hey, dog."
Hamilton.
You could be specific with dogs, right? Dogs understand specificity. one dog can understand when you're talking to it and not some other dog. So it's the same with speaking with animals. You got to have some kind of idea about what you're saying. You can't just like, "What's up, assholes?"
Okay, then I say come.
Calling all birds or squirrels.
Well, but it's like what is it? Tongues? It doesn't matter. You just understand everything. You don't have to even look at it.
Well, you
That's
can-
all I was
This
thinking.
isn't like
You
a
can
command
understand.
animals.
You
though,
can
like,
understand them, but you need to be specific about what you're communicating to them.
No, I understand, but do you have to be specific to the animal you're communicating to?
Yeah,
might
you
help if you're
gotta-
trying to persuade it.
If you have, you don't need to like know their name and their backstory, but like if you're trying to talk to a squirrel, you gotta talk to a squirrel. You
Do
can't
you
just
have
say
their name and their backstory? I'm just curious.
Yeah, dude.
I'm just more curious from like D&D. But like, what if you yell to help and
If
speak
you
with
yelled
animals?
help, you'd have to specify the animal language that you're speaking in.
Would aquatic count, or do you have to be like, oh, I'm talking
bluegill.
humpback?
No, they have to be like similar enough that they would be able to co-communicate.
So in my head, all animals
So, like, Slavic.
underwater speak underwater.
They don't. That's not how it works.
So just
You're so wrong.
just to read off
No,
the
man.
language itself in the spell, you gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration.
Yeah, dude, you could
So-
comprehend and verbally
Yeah,
communicate,
I'm just-
but
I
that
don't know, they
doesn't mean
leave
that
it-
they all speak the same language.
Yeah, I know. They just leave
Like
it
an octopus
blank,
can't
or
talk to
pretty
a
open,
whale.
so.
Dude,
That's
but
what
you
I'm
don't
trying
know.
to say.
We
Yeah.
literally
I'm all
just
good.
saw
You're
a
right. Don't care,
thing
but just
make
saying.
itself out of wind that's invisible and destroy a mast, and we're complaining that an octopus cannot talk to an
It's okay. It's
Look,
like
dude.
swing and a
I
miss.
was, about,
canon.
I was about to say, rule 0, DM's always right.
I know, I
Exactly, yeah.
I'm just more
absolutely agree.
curious.
Thank you. Someone else's
Look,
turn.
maybe if it was a magic octopus, it could. All right, if that octopus had the talk to animals spell, then it could
I'm
talk
just
to
saying
the
it has high
whales.
intelligence.
Regular ass octopus?
Fucking octopus.
No, man.
Left me hanging.
Guys, we need to be
No.
concerned about magical octopuses in the future. Let's just
Always,
so.
absolutely agreed.
All right. So, is there any other actions that anybody wants to take here? You guys just got your ship fucked up.
I
There's
mean,
a storm that came through, but it's kind of dying down a little bit.
we don't have any mass. We're kind of adrift at the moment, just making sure our ship doesn't capsize and sink on us.
Has the rain stopped?
I think it's still heavy raining.
Still heavy rain. It's still storming, but it's not as
Not
cataclysmic.
Okay.
Y'all aren't going to lose your lunch.
If the captain is conscious and lucid enough, I'm going to ask him what all we can do to try and make sure we survive this. I'm also
He just says, "Listen to me. Just do what I say."
Yeah, we're just gonna
okay.
follow
Yeah, then
orders,
yeah,
so
I'm
that's fine.
Because
listening to the
I
captain.
think
do
that
what he
we're.
says.
He says, "I think we're through the worst of it, but let's just stay frosty. We're gonna figure this out. We'll probably drift. We'll drift for a bit and then hopefully get blown into shore somewhere with these winds."
All right,
Being blown.
sounds good.
So,
Before I'm sorry, just before we continue on, I'm not going to tell the whole crew, but I am going to tell the guys here something attacked us. I don't know what it was, but it has power, and we were purposefully attacked.
okay.
Good to know.
Can I just,
What was your character's name again, Turner?
Melvin,
Melvin. Melvin, roll a wisdom check.
D20.
Yeah, D20.
Then what is it? Just plus wisdom?
Yeah.
actually, can I just give you
How is this gonna
Augustus
start?
on the boat?
Pretty good.
21.
21? Okay, you guys are on it. So, oh man.
It's a seagull guy.
So, I'm assuming that you described what you saw.
Yeah, in as much detail as I can, but I mean the details were limited.
All right. So for you as a druid, you know that an upside down face seems like from your traditions and your culture a god in distress.
You mean all gods do this, or it's a specific god?
Based on your
a
beliefs.
forest god is in distress. So like a localized forest god is in distress.
So he's in distress, so he decided to destroy our ship.
Like
Gods do
so
funny things
so
when
like
they're in
forest
distress.
gods are a lot more like animals than they're like humans, in that they don't really in that they like kind of tolerate humans, but they kind of live and their priorities and their kind of motivations are more animalist. And they might not necessarily have like a very logical endpoint behind what they're doing. Doesn't mean they don't have an endpoint, and they are smarter than pretty much all humans and more powerful. But it may just not be like very comprehensible to regular people. These are things you understand because you were a druid and you rolled really high on this. So you think that it is that the phenomenon that you guys witnessed was likely caused by a god in distress, and it is difficult to understand the intention of what happened. It could have been like a chaotic thrashing out. It could have had intentionality behind it. It could have been an attack. But you are not sure. Generally, when you see like a humanoid face on a forest god, it's not good. And when it's upside down, an upside down face, it's really not good. That means something really fucked up's going on.